Okay, let's go. You know, in my country, your country, politics is more or less a strife of interests posing as a contest of principles. Carpet crossing or ship jumping, or if you like, defections, are a part of the game. That's what I'm told. The news of Femi Fani-Kayode defecting to the All Progressives Congress, APC, was waiting to happen. President Muhammadu Buhari formally received former Aviation Minister Fani-Kayode into the ruling APC fold at Aso Rock on Thursday, September 16, 2021. Now, the speculations about the erstwhile PDP chief have ended. Meanwhile, former President Goodluck Jonathan has been given a hurdle to cross before flying the APC flag as a progressive. He must contest the position like other aspirants. APC's Caretaker and Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee Secretary, Senator John Akpan-Odoyedere, announced this. But first, let's share what Babajide and other guests said about the issue way back in February. Take this.
Fani-Kayode does not have electoral value. If some people go for him and try to bring him into the APC, it is not for his electoral value. It will be for his nuisance value. Because they know that they can use him to attack other people, you know, and make life uneasy for some people. So it's not everybody in a political party that is ready to stand for election, or that will be able to stand for election. Not all of us. If a political party would have so many members, not everyone will stand for an election. I'm not saying that he's coming into APC. I've not seen the evidence yet. But there are rumors that even his trips across the country, that some of those governors that he's been meeting are the governors that are likely to cross to the APC in the final analysis. And there are some governors from PDP who have a history of saying positive things about the APC. You know, one of them has eventually ended up in APC now, and it was speculated then. Some people, he was even that governor shut it down. He said, no, it's a lie. But today it's in the APC already.
Well, you know, the speculations are gone, Jide. So the man is already is in the APC. Nobody is surprised anymore.
Yes. I knew that he was making moves to join the party for so long. For so long he was making moves. And it's now clear that those governors, I said in that little clip that it was being speculated that the governors he was visiting across the country were governors who had plans to join the APC. As you have seen, the governor of Zamfara State was one of those governors that he was visiting. The governor of Zamfara ended up in the APC. The governor of Cross River was also one of the governors that he was visiting.
You remember that trouble in Cross River?
Yes, so that one too has ended up in the APC. So what he was waiting for all along was to be well received into the party, to be received by the president. Otherwise, he will have the announcement of his defection will have taken place a long time ago. Forget all the noise that he was making that he had no plan to join. I knew that at that time that he was lying through his teeth. Here was a man ready to die to be admitted into the APC. We see APC gone for people because having them will give the party electoral strength. In the case of Fani-Kayode, he was the one who wanted to join the party.
Okay.
He was the one looking.
Not the other way around.
Yes. That's where his own case is different. He was the one seeking to join the party. He was the one begging to join the party. This is the truth. This is the truth.
After all said and done.
Yes.
And well, you are not amazed.
I'm not amazed. You know, then for the APC, they know that by having Fani-Kayode join their party, they've succeeded in removing an irritant from the ranks of APC haters. Because nobody in history has abused President Buhari as much as this man. So they know that he had that nuisance value. He has that capacity.
Which is high.
Extremely high and unusual appetite for mischief. They knew he had it. And once they can get him off their back, they know that it's a significant achievement. That's what my friend Diron, who is like a younger brother to me, Diron Ayeko, that's why he's over the moon, because the person who used to torment the APC the most on social media is Fani-Kayode. And with him out of the way, you know, with Fani-Kayode harassing you, you need you need Femi Adesina, you need Garba Shehu, you need like three more of such people to tackle him. Because he has the time that even those guys don't have. Now, with him out of the way, they will be excited. There's a bit of relief.
That's it.
Yes, that's
irritancy is a lot less now.
A lot, because look, even when Nnamdi Kanu came up with his idea that the president was dead, that he was a different person in Aso Rock, it was still this same Femi Fani-Kayode that projected that nonsense, because it's absolute nonsense to imagine that President Buhari was cloned. Has Nigeria even reached that level in terms of medical technology to be able to clone an individual? Yet a lot of our people believe.
After they cloned that ram.
Yes.
Have we cloned any other?
The sheep. Nobody. Since Dolly was cloned, no animal had been cloned since then, and no human being. You know?
Emeka, so now he's better able to see that the man in Aso Rock is not a Sudanese gentleman.
Well, I don't even think he really believed in that when he was saying it, you know. But of course, you know, politics at times gets to ridiculous levels.
In Nigeria?
Well, all over the world. All over the world, there are times. Yeah, of course, you see the things people say about Republican supporters, you know, and they say about Joe Biden. I mean, it's horrible. So that's the nature of politics. People throw mud, you know, at each other.
Tantrums and so on.
Yes, tantrums, you know, even throw up conspiracy theories, all kinds of things. Yes. So, but I think basically, Fani-Kayode is jumping from PDP to APC, back to PDP, back to APC. It's common with you know, Nigerian politicians. It's unfortunate because Nigerian politicians generally you know, they lack principle. They are not party men in the real sense, party faithful. The kind of party men you had in the First Republic, in the Second Republic, people were ready to really push for ideals of the party. People who projected the ideals of the party. Today, what you have are just like one of my friends said, that Nigerian politicians are like crabs, you know, in a bucket, just struggling to climb over each other and also get out of the bucket.
Crabs, one of the very few animals where they chop with the two hands.
Yes, so they are more interested in what they can grab, what they can eat. So they are ready to go to any extent, even manufacture lies, fabricate all kinds of things.
Contrive anything.
You know, but the point is this. I don't really see, I wasn't really enamored by all the noise Fani-Kayode was making on social media, because there was hardly much substance to it. It was all about just, you know, fabrication.
Pure wind.
You know, pure wind. I mean, and some of the things, it was even the choice of language was highly indecent. So I don't see what the APC stands to gain from it, because, one, you see, it should be known that it is, you know, for you to gain traction as the elections approach, you don't have to necessarily descend to the gutter. You don't have to necessarily use intemperate language, abusive language all the time, because you know what? People on the other side won't even insult you, but with facts, they will demolish everything you have to say with facts. You know, and there are people like that.
You know, my mind readily goes to one of the South governors, former governors who defected, had told the leadership in Aso Rock the election could finish in 3 hours. And we know it was you know what I'm talking about. And then of course
it's not far from you.
I don't know what me I did tell a story that you know. Emeka, please ignore him. But Jide, you know, of the 48 laws of power propounded by Robert Greene, law number 2 comes to mind here. Law number 2 is never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies.
Yes, the APC has gone for an enemy now.
In a manner of
an enemy, they know that Femi Fani-Kayode is just like a leper who cannot make the cow, but is capable of overturning the jar in which you put the milk. So he's capable of that, and that's the reason they've gone for him. It is for that nuisance value. I said that before. Yes. And those that I've spoken with, those who appear to even be supporting his coming, that is at the bottom of their hearts. They know that, oh, this irritable person, we finally got him off our back. Look, whatever it costs, the APC, knowing how much of a nuisance this person constituted to them, will pay over the odds just to get him on their side. You know, there are some people in politics, you know, they can't win even an election conducted
in their backyard,
even in their bathroom. They can't win an election. If you put their own children in one room and you say, cast your ballot for this person, he will lose. But he is such a troublesome person that you will be happy to have him on your side. Now, a lot of the nonsense that this man had said a long time ago, almost to the point of pushing Nigeria to war. Some of the war rhetorics that he came up with is beginning to say the opposite of those things now. That who would not want to support President Buhari given the infrastructure development that we are witnessing?
He's saying don't see the light. And seeing the light in politics can mean so many things.
The man who told us that he would rather die than join the APC has made us to feel now that he would rather die than not join the APC.
Oh, come on.
That note was missing in brackets. You know, it was missing.
Gentlemen, Obinna is reaching us from the Republic of Ireland, and it will be interesting to get to hear his perspectives. All right, Obinna, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
Okay then.
Baba Jide, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Great.
And the other colleagues.
Emeka Madunagu.
Yes, Emeka, my brother from the southeast.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Okay. I want to speak about the Fani-Kayode issue and the politics in Nigeria. Well, I've just been in the Dublin for just 2 months, so I'm a complete Nigerian man who understands what is going on in our country. You see, we don't have any political party in Nigeria. That is the way I see it. What we have is just a collection of people who are just doing business with our democracy. And the reason is because we don't have a good journalist system. We also don't have a good, should I say, the think tank, the conscience of a nation. Because I see the beginning of the show now where even someone like Mr. Emeka is saying that the news of when people were saying that Buhari is Jubril was nonsense. But if you go back and play back the events of that time, you will see that the media at that time, we are not firm in telling us that, look, Buhari is not Jubril. They were all thinking around.
Thank you, Obinna. So
you know, the people know who they refer to these days as the media. They refer to individuals armed with their phones and
blogs.
simply posting rubbish on social media. Everyone is now a journalist.
Yeah.
There is no sensible, no Nigerian media house as part of the mainstream media that believe that the person in Aso Rock was not Buhari. There's no such media house that I know. Except
crazy.
for people on social media, a lot of them, no training at all. Everyone these days sees himself as a journalist. And you then blame, when you want to talk, you see a media house that only existed on the pages, I mean, on web pages. You've seen them and you accuse all of us, you tie us with the same brush. Oh, Nigerian media. Did you see Vanguard? Did you see Tribune? Did you see Punch? Did you see Guardian? Say Buhari no longer exists. Did you hear it from someone like us?
Jide, you allow such things so that those of us in the normal media, everyday media, will be up on our toes. When you pretend, you can't overtake the master. It's sorry, but Obina, quickly, the second leg to the story is former President Goodluck Jonathan is waiting.
Said to be waiting in the wings.
Waiting in the wings to join the APC. That speculation has been on, but finally, Senator John James Akpan-Odoyedege has set one hurdle for the man. You know the story.
Wants to contest.
Yeah, well, it's interesting that Jonathan will be thinking of going to run for president again. I remember what somebody asked Gowon. Was it in 1992? He asked him, what did you forget in the State House that you want to go and pick there? I think it will not be in his interest to go, and to lower his political stature.
No, but it is his right.
No, I said interest. Interest is different from right. Is anybody's interest to aspire to anything, but you also, is anybody's right to aspire to anything, but you also have to look at the interest. You also have to look at your role in society.
Have you heard crazy things like, make we chop him money?
Oh, well, it's beyond chopping. It's beyond chopping his money. It's also about his integrity, about his stature as a statesman, an elder statesman. So, because Akpan-Odoyedege has already told him.
It's like me asking you to spell integrity. Go.
Yeah, no, Akpan-Odoyedege has told him already. You will run like others.
Yeah.
What does that portend? A former president, you are now going to line up like others.
No, there must be a primary election.
It's going to be messed up.
That's what the law says.
Yes, that's what the law says. But the law also grants that somebody of that stature can be given a waiver. But you see, it's still early days. But we just have like 1 year to the time when political parties will produce their candidates. So I think I'll ask him.
Jostlings.
I'll ask him to think twice about it. Yeah, but you see, the point is this. The point is this: the quote-unquote owners of Nigeria, like some people claim, will always try to move things their own way. But you see, things may not really turn out that way.
Oh yeah.
There are a lot of speculations about there are speculations about why Fani-Kayode moved to APC, that has been recruited to fight one or two people believed to be showing interest in the presidency. All these are early days, but the point is this: you see, anybody running for 2023 now must really think of the point where the country is right now, the debt burden, a lot of things. So it's not just about running for office, because the first year the person is going to grow at least 10 to 20 years older, because there are so many problems to solve.
Politicians.
So 2023 politics, you are moving it forward.
Yes.
Not unusual.
You see, the thing is the PDP that I pity so much, because if they know how hard the APC is working to retain power, they will sit up and stop the needless rancors that they habitually generate among themselves. See, all of these issues that we are talking about, the former president coming to APC, plan to bring him, is true. It's been spoken to already.
He's been spoken to already. All that is left is for him to say, okay, I
not do
agree.
again.
I agree. No, he's been spoken to. That is the truth. And you see, the average politician stands for himself. It's just like imagining that Fani-Kayode stands for anybody. No, he stands for himself.
No, for himself.
So when you are talking about interest, it is first his own interest.
Yeah.
He doesn't imagine that you exist.
Oh, yeah.
So sermonizing for Jonathan, remain an elder statesman, don't soil your image, don't go to APC. When it's time for him to take a decision,
nobody stands in his way.
in fact, as far as he's concerned, he's doing it for himself, first for himself, for his wife. And there are signs already that even some of the people extremely close to him are already in the APC. David Leon, for example, that some people like to call David Lion, is a Jonathan person.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He's already in the APC.
Regardless of what happened.
Jonathan's wife already has sympathy
sympathy
for
for
APC.
Yes.
During the election in Bayelsa, it was Jonathan's wife's hotel that APC members lodged. That's patronizing a woman who eventually will join them. But you know, she can't join them without the husband.
Yeah.
Too. So people, these things in the fullness of time, we will see what will happen. But as I've said before, May Malabuni may not have succeeded in solving all the problems in the APC.
But
the way he's bringing in people into the party
doesn't mean
is
business.
weakening the opposition, whether a PDP admits it or not. When juggernauts from your party are moved into the ruling party, you become weaker. In fact, I was speaking with a friend of mine in the PDP leadership. I said, we hear that this person too will soon go and collect Jesse from APCO. He said, the way things are now, it is only myself that I trust.
All right.
So you can't bet.
So we leave it there.
You can't bet.
Ours, as always, is to mold opinion. Make up your mind. The choice is yours.